The other big story today, the IG of Jammu and Kashmir Police made a startling revelation soon after the conclusion of an encounter where the terrorists had been holed up inside a mosque. The IG revealed how there has been a pattern over the last 12 months where repeatedly terrorists who found themselves cornered took refuge inside a mosque, clearly misusing a place of worship, knowing that security forces would not desecrate something that is held sacred by the local population. We have seen them earlier use civilians as shields. We have seen them earlier even using children as decoys, using children to join militant ranks, to behave as overground workers. But will civil society now speak up against these terrorists who are desecrating and misusing places of worship as dens of terror?
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, joining us on the debate, RP Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP, Sushil Pandit, political analyst and activist, Majid Hydari, political analyst, and lawyer and counsellor Irfan Hafiz Loan, who I will ask the first question to. We have seen at least 3 recent instances, Irfan Hafiz Loan. Do you think this is acceptable? A mosque of all places being used to hide during an encounter?
The Padmaja, sanctity of every religious place is of paramount importance. This is, and nobody can afford to disregard it. Over the decades together, we have seen humanity's worst victim in Kashmir, and untold stories, miseries, trauma. And in rarest of the rare cases, we have seen these religious places becoming, virtually battlefield. We have seen Golden Temple, we have seen Dargah Sharif, we have seen Taj Sharif in Kashmir. But the way you are just trying to project it, you generalize it, that is factually incorrect and is not fair.
What is the generalization? Hold on. What is the... No, don't, please. You do not generalize. Just a second. On the 9th of April, 5 terrorists, when they were ring-fenced by the security forces, by the CASO, they entered a mosque. In the Pampore encounter, they went inside the Jamia mosque when they found themselves cornered. Then again, when they were in Sopore, they fired on the CRPF party from inside a mosque. What are you even talking about? They are misusing places of worship. What is the doubt over here?
Padmaja ji, even law of the land says that every criminal has a right to life. You can only deprive a person after following the due procedure of law. And as for the self-defense law, these encounters are concerned. The law says if there is encounter, FIR is to be registered. Whether the force was proportional to the threat you are facing with.
Oh God, now we are talking about the right to life. Sushil Pandit.
Oh God. You use it to be very wide.
Out of his mind.
7 goes. The normalcy will
is there also a law that you are going to quote that people should enter mosques? I mean, using a mosque, hiding in there, knowing that if, God forbid, something was to happen to the structure, there would be incendiary message sent to the local population. You're talking about a right to life. I think this is a farcical at best and silly at worst. Sushil Pandit.
Yes.
And the intent is much more sinister than Mr. Irfan Hafiz Loan is letting up.
I never condone violence, but I am of the firm opinion.
Thank you for having me.
Resolution.
Thank God for that.
May I have my word now?
We were a little confused in the middle. But yes, go on, Sushil Pandit.
You cannot bring normalcy in Kashmir without resolving the Kashmir at the political level.
Loan,
Just a second, we'll talk about normalcy in a bit. First, let's get past the argument of right to life by hiding in a mosque and firing at others. Yes, go on, Sushil Pandit.
Yes. Thank you, Padmaja, for having me. I think in jihad, use or shall I say abuse of mosque is par for the course. We have seen it right from the beginning of our exodus from Kashmir, when mosques were used to chase us out with most horrific slogans. When we were told to leave our women folk behind, those slogans blared from mosque microphones. When huge hordes of people threatening us, our lives, our peace, they emerged from the precincts of the mosque. When Muhammad Ayub Pandit was lynched with bare hands, it was in the precincts of the mosque. When they took refuge in Hazrat Bal is a mosque. When they took refuge in Charare Sharif is a mosque. Forget Kashmir. Even in France, the killer of Samuel Paty emerged from a mosque, and that mosque was sealed after that. So all these activities which are of jihadi nature, which are inspired by religious zealots, which is because of hatred of the other, are actually germinated in the mosque. Even
Majid
the
Hydari.
poison that fills up their minds emerged from the khutbas, the Friday sermons of the mosque.
And yet there
So
is
it the
an
mosques which are
absolute
now thought to
silence,
be under
despite the
surveillance in
fact that a
France under a new
14-year-old
law.
child, not only was a mosque desecrated by these terrorists, but
Yes.
a 14-year-old child was turned into a terrorist and wasn't allowed to escape. And there is not one word of condemnation from anyone. Majid Hydari. Why?
This is really appreciable. I would also want your concern towards the lives of the people. The holy month of Ramadan is approaching in a day or two. Why can't we have a ceasefire in Kashmir? If government of India, Indian forces can have a ceasefire with Pakistani forces, if Indian army can reiterate that keep on firing on Pakistani forces, why should Kashmiris die in Kashmir? Why can't there be a ceasefire with the Indian nationals who are getting killed in Kashmir every day and every night? Why can't we have a end to death and destruction at least for 1 month, the sacred month of Ramadan? If IG Saab is so concerned towards masjids, let him also be concerned towards Muslims, because it's the Indian Muslims who are getting bashed from Kashmir to
Sir,
Kanyakumari
you're not answering
everywhere.
my question. Please stick to the question. No, don't
I
worry
stuck
about
to the
Kanyakumari.
question.
You please
My
answer my
concern
question.
is not
Why
only
are
masjid,
you
my
quiet
concern is life
on a
of
mosque
Muslims.
being
That is
desecrated in this
bringing out in
fashion
platitude.
and a
We
14-year-old
have
boy
seen the
being
desecration
killed?
in the demolition of Babri Masjid. It has got the live coverage world over. We don't need any more sermons from anybody who is supporting the government.
Will
the
you
right wing of
persist
the
in
spread.
not answering
Lecture.
about why a 14-year-old
On the
boy was
safety
made
of
into a
people.
terrorist?
Let
Just a second.
expire.
Just a
Come on.
second. I'll get RP Singh to
RP
respond to this, but
you
before
can
that,
approach
I
the
want you to
Pakistani
listen to the
but not
family
Indian national
of a 14-year-old boy who 4 days ago ran away from home. His family appealed to him to come back. He was brainwashed and then turned into a terrorist. His family was taken to the spot where the encounter was taking place, and they told him that your real jihad is to come back home and get your sisters married off, not this. Yet the terrorists did not allow him to escape. They ensured that he was killed in that encounter. Listen.
जहाद यम बेन चोर पालने यम नख वालने तिकाज यमन यह राश करक सह अमि जहाद खोत जहाद जुस तुम जुट छुक बह मे कत बोज कत छुक क्या छुक बहुत तमिस अपील करान यह सोचुन मोन राशन कार्ड फैसल अमिस पता 4 कोर अमिस अपरेशनदार तेल यी चे जहाद दिल मेन 4 कोर ना इंसाफी योर गस कहें क्या अमिस पता अमिस वन फैसलस वन
That was Gulzar Ahmad Ganai, that 14-year-old terrorist's father, RP Singh. Yet, the people on our panel care for everyone's right to life except this boy.
Pakistani army has the right to life,
Well,
but not the
Padmaja,
Indian
the
Muslims.
problem is
That is the policy of BJP.
That no sooner 3-7 goes.
No, please don't heckle. Go on, RP Singh.
2019, we are in 2021. You were saying no sooner 3-7.
No, please do not heckle. Let RP Singh speak. Can I please have everyone's audio reduced? RP Singh, yes.
Pertinent question.
No, you're not asking pertinent questions, you're just heckling.
Thank you.
Go on, RP Singh.
Padmaja, the problem is
Padmaja, the problem is that jihad seeks shelter in mosque now. They start their jihad from mosque. Right now, Sushil told you about Ayub Pandit. He told you about Charar-e-Sharif. He told you about Hazrat Bal, how almost 35 militants were holden and were killed, and some 15 security men were martyred in that. But it's not that. I mean, I was going through the history sheet. 1979, they occupied, the militants occupied Masjid Masjid Haram, Masjid Al-Haram in Makkah.
Terrorist Babar occupied
never, sir, please, sir, 1979, sir. Thank you.
1991, when
thank you so much, sir. Did I interview?
Yes.
Sir, did I heckle you? Why are you heckling? Yes, Himmat. Sir, have patience here. Why you run away from that? Sir, 1979, the Holy Masjid Holy Makkah was kept as, was used for hostage. It was used for militants. The militants hold in there, and Saudi and French army has to be used to take them out. But the issue is that he was saying that why don't we go for a ceasefire in Ramzan? 2018, I remember, 36 civilians were killed in the ceasefire in Ramzan. And they have the history and track record for that. So they use masjid, and they have been using masjid in Kashmir since 1990. When they announced from the masjid and told Kashmiri Pandits to go out. Mr. Hadri, you have been using masjid as you have been using masjid for militants. That's very that's the truth of the story, that masjid in Kashmir has been used by militants, ongoingly being used by militants, either to announce the agenda of militancy or to hit at the civilians and to hit at these forces. So this can't go on. And you people like you shamelessly come and defend that. Sir, you people come and shamelessly defend that.
And in fact, Sushil Pandit, if anything, people who say that they are secular should be the loudest in denouncing this practice, because they are the ones who keep saying terror doesn't have any religion. But if terror holds up in a place of worship, it's these people who are bringing religion into terror. Sushil Pandit.
Yes, of course. I mean, they actually abuse our trust and our sensitivity for religion. In their case, as I said, it is par for the course. It is mandated. It is mandated through the sermons. So for them, they use it as an opportunity. They abuse our sensitivity towards their sacred places in order to make most of it.
What sensitivity?
Which is why when there was a unilateral ceasefire in Ramzan, they did not. They said it is shahadat for us.
You are killing your own youth in
the month of Ramzan that was pointed out, they said this is the best time to offer sacrifice. This is the best time to wage jihad. This is how they justify.
I need to
Babri Masjid is a glaring example of what was done to the Ram Temple.
Babar तुम्हारा बात था.
No, we're not going to go into Babri Masjid. We're not going to go into Babri Masjid. The simple point is that the longer this silence continues for, the greater the possibility that this kind of behavior, where an increasingly embattled and ring-fenced terror groups will resort to taking over places of worship, and that never ends in a good way. Always remember, we have examples of this in the past, and it has left our country scarred, which is why condemnation is not enough. India must speak out and stop this immediately. For the time being, thank you very much for having joined me. All gentlemen. See you tomorrow.